Yay! Thank you for joining the Yarn Life Show for your daily dose of fiber. I'm Selena Baca, founder, host, and lead educator with the ACA.
And I'm Jess Mason, the founder of the Yarnpreneur Society and Academy.
Yay!
And together we host the Yarn Life Show.
That's right. Get tangled up in this fun, upbeat, educational channel that's dedicated to the hanks, the skeins, the balls, the cakes that we love most, and to the people who make the most of them, because yarn is #life. Yarn is life.
True story.
So season 2 is going to stream here live every Thursday at 11 a.m. PST. That's 2 p.m. EST, coast to coast. So please subscribe to this channel and you'll never miss an episode.
So today's episode is sponsored in part by you good people. So check out our Yarn Life swag shop to pick up a token tea, tote, or mug today. Every purchase you make there not only gives you great products that you love, but it also helps us to create more great episodes, bring on more amazing guests. And you can find our shop link in the show notes right below you.
That's right. So today we are in season 2, of course. Season 2 already, and already to episode 3. And we're here with another very popular topic, because that's what we do here on the Yarn Life Show. We bring up the popular topics, especially for this particular time of year. So today we're going to be sharing with you 10 very quick projects that you can knit or crochet for Christmas or holiday gifts this year.
So if you're watching live or on the replay, comment on this video to let us know you're here and we'll give you a shout out. I'm monitoring the chat. Yay. We're ready to go. I'm really excited about this because I thought this year was going to be the year that I scaled back on handmade gifts for Christmas. And then I started thinking about it and I came up with some really good ideas for my friends and family, and I don't think I can get away from it. So I'm excited to kind of get those creative juices flowing.
Amen. Amen. Ooh. So today's quick gifts are, again, they're for knitters and crocheters, even though this is the Yarn Life. Jess, you're a knitter and crocheter. I'm just a crocheter. I stay in that lane exclusively. But just as you were saying, we tend to have these great intentions for making gifts during the holiday season, especially, just as you said, whenever it comes to making gifts for our friends and our loved ones. But I think everyone can attest to this, especially me. We can really easily and quickly get overwhelmed at the thought of what we're going to make, who we're going to make it for, and then on top of all that, staying within a reasonable time budget.
Yes. Yeah, so today we will be sharing 10 of our favorite categories for quick gift ideas. And we'll follow up this episode with awesome pattern ideas for each one on Pinterest. So you can find the link to our Pinterest board in the show notes too. And Selena, I think you said you were going to share as we go along.
That's right. So I'm going to share my screen so that everybody can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. So
awesome.
That. Yay! Yay! Here
awesome. Okay.
This is life. Yes.
True story. I am so excited about this. Okay. So category 1, what is the first category and where can we find some good ideas for that?
Yeah, so again, just as you mentioned, Jess, this particular link to our Yarn Life Pinterest board is in the show notes. You guys can click on over there and browse whenever you're done. And this list of 10 things that you can make is in no particular order. We just kind of threw it out there. So some of these things are going to apply to you, some of them may not. But number 1 on our list is pet accessories. And Jess and I, we're both pet lovers. We both have pets. We both make things for our pets, and we're sure that other pet lovers appreciate things for their pets too. So this is number 1 on our list because toys, little pet toys, are such quick items to make. So we found a few knit versions, a few crochet versions, and even, if you have a really good friend that has maybe a cat, you might make him a cat bed. And we found a few really cool examples like this shark head one right here.
Yeah, that's awesome. If my friend Heather had a cat, I would totally make. She's into sharks. I've gotten her so many shark things over the years. But yeah, that's an awesome one. I know pet lovers everywhere always love when you think of their pets.
Yes.
So that's always really nice. And like you said, they are very quick to make.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of these items that we picked, just in general, just because I'll probably reiterate this a few times, but what makes some of these items quick is that they could use scrap yarn. Typically, whenever we did this search, we looked for projects that used 150 yards or less. So that just further helped these to be quick projects.
Perfect. All right. So number 1, pet accessories. What is number 2?
Yeah. So dryer balls. And a lot of you guys may go, what? But I found a lot of different examples, and you can see just 2 right here that come with tutorials. They have faces, they have cool shapes and colors on them. And what I love about these is my sister, I've never made them yet, but I think I will this year because my sister a couple years ago asked me to make her some. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
It makes sense to me. But they're totally things that you could knit or crochet. It really just boils down to the kind of yarn you use or the kind of material you use. It has to be feltable. And then you can add different things to it to personalize it or really kind of make it a fun craft project. But dryer balls are great for anyone who does laundry. So it's a great little quick project. Really appreciate.
Yeah, the dryer ball thing is something that I haven't tried either, but I've heard they're fantastic. And I love those cute ones with the one that looks like a little cupcake.
Yeah.
Yeah, adorable.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So Tina and Courtney have checked in. Tina said, "Oh, my little Chihuahua just loves her crocheted blankie." And I think that's the cutest thing in the world. There you go. Little pet blankets. That's a pet accessory.
Yeah, absolutely. We only mentioned just absolutely. Can you hear me? Is my mic back on?
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you.
I had to mute myself for a second because my pet had a lot to say. No, what I love about each one of these categories, and I really want to encourage people to come on over to our Pinterest board, is even though we're only talking about one category, there's so many different representations of that category.
Yeah.
So definitely click on over for inspiration and patterns and more.
Awesome. Okay, so we've got pet accessories, we've got dryer balls. What's up next for number 3?
Yeah, so number 3 is slippers. And I'm just putting house slippers on here because typically you're going to wear these in the house. Jess, you showed me a pair that you've had for years and years.
Yes.
That was my inspiration for adding this to the list.
Nice.
Again, lots and lots and lots of representations in knit and crochet. Really, especially for the holiday season, it's something that's kind of like they're easy enough to size. It's not like making a sweater and, somebody may not like the yarn or the color. They're not going to wear it. Slippers are a little different, even though it's something that you're going to wear. Again, you can just use scrap yarn and it'll keep feet warm and toasty for this time of year.
Yeah, I gotta say, my crocheted slippers are totally a must-have for the winter. As soon as it starts getting even remotely chilly outside, those things are on my feet like 24/7.
Exactly. And there are so many cute patterns that are free. I found a lot with really, really good ratings that I think, age doesn't matter. These are great for any age. And again, they're just great little accessories that you can wear in your house. I will say though, I feel like I have to say this. If you have never made slippers before, knit or crochet, and you're making them for people, please consider possibly making the bottom non-skid. And there's a lot of tutorials. There's a lot of additional information about that, especially if whomever you're giving them to don't have carpeted surfaces. So for example, I have wood floors downstairs in my house. And while I would love to, while I do love wearing socks in the house, I do have to make sure that whatever I wear has a non-skid surface, especially with, grandma and things like that. You don't want grandma to fall and slip and break her hip or something. So definitely keep that in mind for this item.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so next up we have another, I'm going to call this a shoe/foot accessory.
Yeah.
This is one that I've wanted to make myself for a while, but kind of never got around to.
Yes.
So yeah, I know. Scandalous. All right, so what's number 4?
Number 4 is boot cuffs. So many patterns in knit, so many patterns in crochet. Really, I think it's a great item that you can make because they're, yes, super quick, but it's such a trendy accessory to where if you have a neighbor or a friend or a teacher or anyone who wears boots, which are really kind of fashionable for a lot of people. Usually if you own a pair of boots, you're going to be wearing them as long as you can, especially in the fall and the winter season.
Yeah.
So this gift is one that's really coveted and really appreciated.
Nice. Yeah, I think these are great. I love the ideas that can work for a wide range of people.
Yes.
Like I'm thinking about, this is not something that I have to worry about, but I'm thinking about, people with kids who have a lot of teachers or, teacher, bus driver, like those kinds of things that you want to give them something that's not a gift card or a mug filled with candy. You want to give them something a little unique, a little personal. And a lot of these things are just perfect for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we really tried to think outside the box and come up with small items that people could really use and appreciate.
Perfect. All right. So to get us halfway through, what is number 5?
So I found this particular item and that was my inspiration for number 5. I think stuffed animals, and I'm going to say amigurumi projects as well, fit perfectly into this category. Now, these are going to be great for kids, obviously, like this cute bunny. So cute. Yes. I love it. But also, Jess, you were showing me the other day, you made the Christmas cactus and you were giving it to your friend. So I'm kind of putting stuffed animals and amigurumi all in that category because it's a fun, cute thing that's small. It could be either, a crocheted animal like this, for a small child. Or I think that if you make some amigurumi, it's totally something that, you could put on your desk at work, especially for those teacher gifts. It's something they could have year round, or maybe they can turn it into an ornament or something. So again, really clever little gift idea. And I'm making this very broad and saying stuffed animals and amigurumi. Nice.
Yeah. As you know, that's one of my favorite things to make. I just love watching. I love making anything with a face on it. Let's be real. Because I just think it's adorable. But yeah, there's so many good ideas, so many cute things that you can make for kids, for nieces and nephews and all that kind of stuff. Very cute. All right. Absolutely. So we're halfway through. What is number 6?
So number 6 got me thinking about things that you would use every day in your kitchen. And I thought about trivets. I use trivets in my kitchen, especially if you have like a really big hot pot or something comes right out of the oven. So these are things that I use all the time. I found lots of different styles and types of trivets that are doubled up and really very beautiful. So it's not a pot holder, something you would kind of use just to take something out of the oven. It's really something beautiful you'd put on your counter that's decorative. You could put a plant on it, or you could put that really big, pot on it that just came off the stove or the oven or something.
Yeah, I have to say, I've actually made that pattern, that one that you just set up. Yeah. It's one of my favorite. I use it all the time. I throw it on the counter, when I'm taking a pot off the stove or something out of the oven. I'll even, we don't have a microwave. So if I'm making something hot for lunch, I heat it up in the oven. Sometimes on a regular plate, because we have Corel. So we put the plate in the oven and then the plate comes out super hot. So I put that underneath, my plate while I'm eating so that I don't have to touch the super hot plate.
That's right. So it's one of those universal one size fits all. If they have a kitchen,
yeah,
probably.
It's perfect. I swear I use it all the time. And that one's super cute too.
Right? So well done.
Awesome. So Courtney says her mother-in-law asks for trivets and hot pads every year.
That's a smart lady right there.
Courtney, you've made that pattern too. Yay, twinsies. Awesome. Everyone's really loving everything so far.
Okay.
So We've got 6 awesome patterns, pattern ideas. We're going to call them categories because they're categories. So we have pet accessories so far. We talked about dryer balls, slippers, boot cuffs, stuffed animals, and trivets. So what is number 7?
So number 7 is probably the first on everyone's list, obviously, honestly, whenever you're thinking about this. But a cup holder or a mug holder. Now, you want to talk about super quick and easy, this is definitely that category. But what I love about this is, especially for teacher gifts, a lot of people will already maybe get that Starbucks gift card or that coffee gift card or something like that. And then they'll pair it with something like this. So that little cup, either sleeve or mug holder, I'm kind of putting all of them in that same category. And it's, again, if people enjoy hot beverages, then this is a great gift for them.
I love that idea of pairing it with a gift card too. I think that's cute. You're gonna give them a gift card, and then when they actually use the gift card, they can also use the other part of the gift, which I think is very cute.
Absolutely. And there were too many designs to list. I mean, you can find a few on our Pinterest board. Excellent representations in knit and crochet. I definitely did not see anything basic here. Again, great little stash buster.
Cute. I love it. All right. What is number 8?
Number 8, we're still kind of in the food category here. Dishcloths or washcloths. I'm putting both of them in the same category. So dishcloths, obviously, for kitchen dishes, things like that. Washcloths, more for the bathroom. So in my mind, I would definitely separate those categories because I think there's so many different shapes and colors in each one of these that you could make dishcloths, and maybe they're fun kitchen items. Like, there are fruit-shaped ones or food-shaped ones or food-themed ones. But then in the bathroom, you can make like spa-themed ones, or these leaves, honestly, are so beautiful. This is knit, but I love these leaves. And again, great. I think this pairs really nicely in the bathroom.
Yeah, I love the idea. FYI, I've had those in my queue for like forever because I think they're adorable. And yeah, I love the idea. I've seen the ones that are like fruit slices for the kitchen, and I think those are the cutest things ever for summer. There's so many creative examples of, and again, they make great stash busters because you don't need a ton of yarn, and that's just fantastic.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
All right. So I'm super excited about the next one. I think it's going to be my favorite.
I had you in mind.
So what is number 9?
Number 9 are bookmarks. And again, this is another thing that you can pair with maybe a Barnes & Noble gift card or a book or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a reader in your life, or just maybe you want to get a very special book for someone, I think this is a great little project. Now, I do suggest, because it's a bookmark, definitely try to dabble in thread or a really fine weight yarn because it's a bookmark. But again, excellent representations of bookmarks in knit or crochet. And it's just a really sweet, almost kind of an heirloom type thing that you can make for someone, a book lover or reader.
As a book lover, I can definitely attest to my bookmarks, and I don't have a lot of them, but the ones I do have are very special to me. I have one from Ireland that a friend brought back when she went abroad, and all of those things, like, they all have a story behind them, and that's part of why I use them. And I know that if I was gifted a beautiful crocheted or knit bookmark, like, that would stay with me forever.
Do you hear that, audience? Perfect little gift for those book readers. Book readers.
Right? Them book readers.
Well, there are collectors and then there are book readers. So I just had to verify.
Yeah. And I'm definitely a little bit of both. Courtney said, of all the things I've made over the last decade, I've never made a bookmark. And I have never made a bookmark either. And I think it's honestly for the reason that Selena just said. You have to be really careful about the thread that you choose. You can't go making a bookmark out of worsted weight. It's just, your book lovers are going to be like, but you're going to ruin my pages.
Right, right. So definitely be careful about that.
Yeah. And there are ones that are like super skinny, so they fit in the spine really well, and they just have some cool stuff on the top and the bottom. Like I've seen those too,
right.
Where the bulk of what you're making is not actually going into the book. It's going to hang out of the book.
Oh, that makes sense. So maybe making some kind of cord, for example,
yes,
you're crocheting like a cord, and then having like a really nice big tassel hanging off the end of it or something.
Yeah. And I've seen those, and I've been really tempted to make those because I like the way they function as bookmarks better. And again, they're not going to like mess with the pages of the book because they sit like right in the crack of the spine. And when you close it up, it's not going to mess up your pages in any way.
Yeah, that's a very good tip. I love that.
Awesome. Okay, so we've gone through 9 really great categories for some quick gift ideas. For those of you watching, if you guys have any input, suggestions, have you made any of these before? Did you see one on the list that you were not expecting? We have one more to do, so get those comments in while we finish up with number 10. Selena, what is our last category?
So the last category that I've put on the list, again, I'm trying to think outside the box, baskets.
Or inside the basket.
Inside, right? Yeah. So I personally love crocheting baskets. I'm an organizer by nature, so I love having baskets and bags and things like that. And so I love this gift idea because maybe you have other kinds of gifts you'd like to get for someone. And you can put together a nice little theme. For example, one of my really good friends got me a basket one year, and in that basket, she got me some of my favorite teas, and she got me a tea kettle and a really nice jar of honey. So I think that, yeah, you can kind of incorporate that same idea. Maybe you're getting a gift for a movie lover, so you crochet them a basket. You get them like maybe a movie gift card or a movie and, some popcorn and some seasoning or something like that. So I think the basket itself is the gift, and it's wonderful, but I think it's also wonderful if you want to use it to kind of have a bigger theme in mind as well.
I love that. I love putting together gifts with a theme.
Yes.
Funny story, my dad's name is Bob, and one year every gift I got him for his birthday was Bob or had something to do with Bob. He got lots of SpongeBob stuff. But anyway, the basket I think is a great idea to kind of add that homemade, handmade touch to a gift that maybe the rest of the components you may have purchased, but you kind of tie it all together with that basket look. And I know, Selena, you love crocheting baskets because I see them, the ones that you make, and I'm always super jealous because I've never actually crocheted a basket before.
Oh, they're so addicting. They're my favorite.
But I think they're fantastic. I love that. I'm going to say probably about 8 out of 10 of the ideas on here I wouldn't have thought of. They're kind of off the beaten path, which I think is great because for a lot of us, when we think about, okay, I need to come up with a quick gift, what's something that I can make, maybe using scrap yarn or very simply. And we all tend to go towards the same categories.
Exactly.
So I love that there's a lot of diversity here as far as types of gifts. I feel like we've got a lot of different people covered, so like if they're not into like stuffed animals, it's not a big deal because there's plenty of other ideas to choose from, Yeah,
exactly. So I also tried to make this list diverse when Jess and I created this because as knitters or crocheters, sometimes the first thing we think of is a cowl or a hat or some kind of wearable accessory. And while we do have wearable accessories on here, we tried to stick to ones that are easier to size and a little more universal, so to speak. So definitely come on over, check out our Pinterest board, because if you are into finding headbands or hats or cowls or scarves or other things within the categories we've talked about, we have how many items on our Pinterest board? 32 different pins. So there's definitely a lot to choose from. Yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm going to run through some of these comments that we've gotten in the past few minutes. Let's see. Tina said she made bookmarks for ladies at church one year. They loved them. I think that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
She said, I'd like to do Christmas ornaments as teacher gifts so they can remember the student every Christmas. I think that's cute too.
That's really sweet.
Courtney said she loves baskets. Tina said she's never tried baskets. Tina and I are in the same boat, apparently.
Got it. You got to get on board with the baskets.
And Courtney says she uses your Jingle Bells stocking for the kids' teachers in the fun size.
Oh.
And I think that's awesome. And Amanda Pippin said she made baskets for her kids' teachers last year.
See, good ideas. Good. Those are smart ladies there. They really utilize their craft.
They are.
To the best of their ability.
Awesome. So now that you guys know what to make, we've got 10 awesome categories here, a lot of stuff on that Pinterest board. Your next question is probably, how can I keep all this organized? Because I know I go a little nuts when I have to keep track of all the different projects and who they're for and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So do we have something for them, Selena?
You know we do, Jess. You know we do. We have a printable for everyone here watching. So how you get to this printable is just click on the link in the show notes, and you're going to find a blog post that includes this WIP note card, this work in progress note card. And this is going to help you keep track of each one of those projects that you make. It's got categories for yarn, hook size, the time that you spend on the project, the pattern name, the source where you have the pattern, where you can find it. And you can also include any notes about how you've completed the design. Now, this is going to be a really helpful resource, not only for when you're actually working on that project, but it's also a really great resource when you finish that project and maybe you want to make another one and you need to find, wait a minute, what yarn did I use? What hook did I use? Where did I find that pattern? It's just a great resource, especially as you're expanding your crochet resume and you're making lots and lots of things. So definitely click on that link in the show notes. You will find this WIP note card. It is something you can download or print or add to Pinterest and save for later.
Awesome. I know that is going to come in handy this year for sure. So I think we're going to have to pop over and grab myself a copy of that.
You should. You should use it for when you start making the baskets.
Yes, for when I start making my baskets.
Exactly.
All right. It doesn't look like we have any more questions or comments. I think everyone really enjoyed just going through all of those categories.
Good.
So I don't see any more comments coming through.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm so glad. All right. So what's next? Well, what's next? That includes our episode today. We would love to hear what you think. Have you made any of these? Are you totally mind blown and inspired by anything that we've shared? Let us know in the comments, all right? Please join us again right here for episode 4 of 10 next Thursday. And we're going to outline another great topic for everyone who enjoys the yarn life.
Awesome. Remember, today's episode is sponsored in part by you. So please check out our Yarn Life swag shop to pick up a token tee, tote, or mug today. Every purchase you make there helps us to create more great content, more episodes, and bring on even more amazing guests. So you can find our shop link in the show notes section today.
Thank you guys for joining this episode in the Yarn Life Show for your daily dose of fiber. We'll see you again next time. Peace, guys.
Bye.